Hey everybody, we're back. Great to see you. It's Dad, or it's the Backlog, and it's Neil. Great to have you hanging out with us tonight as we come through and play yet another retro classic, this time from the Nintendo Entertainment System. We're playing on the Switch version of it. Through the Nintendo Switch Online programs and everything else, the Nintendo Classics. We're playing some River City Ransom. And we're going to try out a 30-year-old code I never knew about when I used to have this on the Nintendo. Tonight, so we'll see how it goes and everything else. Of course, I don't know where I got this one. I think somebody found it on Kotaku and sent it to us too, so we're going through there and we're going to give some River City Ransom coming out. Of course, we know we got the Nintendo Entertainment System back in the day. We're picking this game up in the rental places and everything else, but now we got everything else, so of course you start your journey off across town. These guys are going to be throwing bats at you and everything else. So we'll get the code going in a second here, but I just wanted to see how our friends are doing here. Of course, Alex and Ryan, of course, are the heroes in the game. You gotta go get Slick, who stole your girlfriend. And there we go. Hero stick. I don't know who throws sticks like that, and, you know. This is, of course, the unofficial sequel to Renegade, the game. It came out a few years before that came out, on the arcades anyways. Alright, so now we're going to hit this. We're going to put the password in. This was a weird... This, of course, remember, if you played this back in the day, remember these ridiculously long passwords they would send you every time. They didn't have battery in this game. So they'd send you these crazy passwords. You'd have to put them in like this and go about it this way. But this way, it's like, okay. So we're going to clear out the password fields anyways. Clear that out, and we're going to put it in. I don't know who M. Shin is, but he's in the game here, so we'll do it this way. I learn how to spell first there. So it's M. Shin, and you just keep going ahead. So yeah, usually the passwords didn't have spaces, but this is apparently the only password that works with spaces. So this definitely tells you it was intended to be something for the developers or something as they were playing through it. But once you get this code locked in place and everything else, and it's just like, you're in God mode pretty much. You can pretty much plow through everything because you don't have to worry about saving all the energy. You don't have to sit around bashing up bad guys, collecting all the coins to basically level your characters up. Because you're pretty much, once you put this code in, apparently it just does ridiculous things. Gives you all the stone hands and everything else. So go ahead. Right there and hit end. And of course, if you're playing two players, that would be his code over there, but we're just going to hit end and we'll leave that where it is. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, that made the thing going to change their name to Shin, so... And we're now pretty maxed up. You can see the punches and the kicks are definitely a lot more effective now, too. And you have all the combo attacks, too. Now you're just pretty much one-shotting these guys, so... This game's going to be a lot more easy, a little bit more considerably easier. I'm not going to say we're going to cakewalk through it or anything, but... We're not going to have to go use the Merlin's Secret Shop or anything like that, because we've already got everything from Merlin's Secret Shop here. We'll give Jake the big old mama! And these guys would always yell barf, too, when they got beat up. Or they crawled for their moms! That's what they would do. Now we're at the Grotto Mall, and of course, now we got $999. Where usually you're averaging like 25 cents every time you kill somebody, so we're not going to buy anything at the Rise and Shine Cafe. But if we do find a pharmacy, we're going to grab some other stuff. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. And as we go through the stores later on, I'll show you my favorite place. And of course, the sushi bar was always great to do some stuff too, because you get the expensive sushi, buy the swordfish, and it just cranked you up. We don't need anything right now. We'll come back to the sushi bar later, because I'm sure we have to come back this way anyways. At some point. There's the Grotto bookstore. Of course, you could buy the Stone Hands and Dragon Feet. Those were the games, and of course you want the Acro Circus later on too. But since we've already got it all unlocked anyways with this code, which I don't know how people didn't know for this for 30 years, like, but because mind you, you gotta remember this was before the internet too, so people wouldn't be sit there hacking things like crazy like they do in this day and age. I don't have the full story as far as the code, but somebody sent me the link to Kotaku, and so yeah, just sent me a screenshot. It was like, yeah, you gotta try this out. So we're trying it out tonight. Of course, we gotta come back here anyways, because we gotta fight those guys in the park again in the park a little bit later on. But right now we're gonna go to the left and deal with the guys in Sticksville. Pretty sure we have to fight somebody else. Nobody in Sticksville night, so now we're to the Waterfront Mall. Of course, like many games back in the good days, the Indian store and the Indian lore, and we're gonna buy anything in here. We really don't need anything right now. Leafs beat the Oilers tonight. Well, that's good. Yep, so we got some love going on the Twitters as well. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok as well. We're also on Twitch a couple times a week. Under that Dad's Backlog as well. Beale Valley. Usually get that too, which is usually a nice little boost. But we have little Mao's here, and we should get the old egg roll and the pepper beef and the chow mein. Not today. Don't need anything right now. There's Murph Burger Joint. We used to get the sandwich and the side orders usually. I think this is the drugstore. Yep, there's Jones Pharmacy. So you always grab the Karma Jolt and the Omni Elixir. Those things will usually max you out pretty fast. They were only temporary buffs, but yeah, they would usually max you up pretty fast. Oh, there we go. Roxy, so you're Shin. I'm Roxy Slick's babe. So they call him Slick here, but when you get to the end of the game, you're gonna see something else, and I'm gonna be like puzzled like I was. Yeah, it must be to save your girlfriend Cindy. She's on River City's high school's top thing. And of course, in the Japanese version, there was each one of the gangs had their own high school and everything else. Should probably run a little faster to deal with the jocks. And of course, little everything else. There's always different little gangs, depending on which faction and everything else. As you get closer to the end boss, the international gangs out there, the internationals are there, and so is everything else. And then the bigger guys are there too. Now I'm going through this way. Whoops. There's actually going to see it. There's the. Oh crap! I just fell down the hole. And we just lost half our money. And we just lost half our money too. That's always fun. I guess we better put that back in there. Actually, we should be fine. But everything's fine the way it is. Yeah, so our punches and everything else, your skills are maxed out. Everything is pretty much willpower and the kick punches and everything else are maxed to the gills here. Cannot believe we fell down the hill. Can't believe I just fell right down the hole as we go into the factory. Of course, WSL Factory is actually named after one of the creators of the game. And if it looks familiar to you, like why are you feeling the Double Dragon vibe? Because it's made by the same company. And I'll show you that later on as we get into the game, near the end bosses and everything else too. But now that we've kind of messed things up here, we'll just have some fun with this. I'll have to go to the pharmacy and pick up some other stuff too, because we'll have to go get the elixir again. Or I guess we could actually use the code again at the end of once we get to the school. And you can just roll these guys like toys. Alright, this time we're gonna go up here. See you later, WSL Company Warehouse. The one thing I'll say about this game, though, is what always drove me nuts, and it'll probably do the same thing tonight, is this jumping on top of boxes thing. It used to drive me up the wall, because sometimes you can't jump the highest where you need to jump to, because it doesn't let you do it. Kind of like what it's doing right now. Kind of exactly what it's doing to me right now. It's like you gotta make these jumps, and it's like, unless you're in the right spot, it won't let you jump. There you go. As the end boss, I remember playing that on the Nintendo. It had the same problems. It was just the same thing. It was just one of those weird things. We had the same problem with Double Dragon, just because, again, it was just like the... Alright, is he gonna be waiting for us at the factory this time? Probably. So now I gotta go jump back across here, fight this guy over here, because he just decided to pop out over here. Yep, boss fight's waiting for us on the other side of this thing. Oops! I almost knocked myself out. Yeah, but I had no idea about that code. There he is. Rocco! Got past Moose, I'll handle you now. I didn't even run into Moose. Moose just kind of ran away from us. Blade's waiting for you in Sherman Park. Okay, so now we gotta go back to Sherman Park. So which means, instead of going where we were going, we have to go back to the park. Which means we gotta come back through here and face Rocco again later on. Which was, you know, their way of making sure you got enough money to get leveled up. But usually if you were doing this, they would probably take you, I would say, a good 3-4 hours to get enough stuff to get enough coins to actually level up the proper way. That's why they have the password features. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Game Boy Advance version got rid of the passwords, had to put the battery saves in it, and drastically changed the game. I want to play the TurboGrafx, or sorry, the PC Engine version of this one of these days, as well, because I heard it's got a better soundtrack and it's got some other stuff, so maybe we'll have to pick that up at some point for an emulation night. Alright, so now we're back to Capitol Avenue. Back to generic dudes. You know, they don't even get a name, they're just generic dudes. They're just generic dudes! We're in the Thomas Cruise Wayrans, or Harry's there. Alright, back to the town we go. Then our Omni Elixir. Here, have no too much to carry. So our inventory is full right now, so we'll go run back through here and run back to the park after we don't fall down the hole in Sticksville this time. Take up the frat guys. Still can't believe I fell down the hole. Such a rookie mistake. Oh, and these guys throw these whips at you like there's no tomorrow. They don't miss either. Alright, here's Sherman Park. Blade's standing there waiting for us, so now we're just gonna throw Blade around like a toy. You want Slick? Then Ice Thor first. Alright, so we're off to Thor. So we're done with the park. We're done with the generic dudes. They're coming down there, keep changing territories here too, so some guys give better money results and everything else. The other thing you have to know about the game. Some guys start giving you like $1.25 every time you kill them too, so they have, you know, you're stealing basically their lunch money. Not stealing it, well, you're taking it. You're taking it what's theirs, you know, spoils of war. He just hit his own buddy in his face. Come on down! Oh, I just ran into the wall. There's Moose. Stop it already, you're hurting me. And Moose went down in one punch. Alright, should probably stop in at Mao's and get our health back up. Good afternoon. What would you like? Give us the pepper beef. Max power is maxed out. Would you like anything else? Yeah, another order of pepper beef, please. I gotta get my health back up. But yes, definitely the code's gonna make your life a little easier. But if you want to play it the legit way, like we played it back in the good old days, by all means, play it that way. It'll probably take you between 4 and 6 hours to get enough health, and get enough energy and everything else to get up through the top. And the other thing is the Japanese version. There's also another spot which I never saw in the US version, anyways. But it's probably just a translation thing. They probably cut it for time and stuff. Of course, the password feature was great and all, but it was just such a pain in the butt too, because it was just like I could speed through these guys now. We don't need to fight any of these ones anymore. Now we can just continue on our path. And that's the only time you have to backtrack is to fight this guy in Sherman Park. And some of these guys have bosses, some of these gangs have bosses, other guys don't. Now we're fighting the mob, so... Mob usually drops decent money. And the other thing is, like, doesn't this look exactly like the, I don't know, a modernized version of the Double Dragon Factory? Because it pretty much is. Alright, so I got the hang of that now. Hopefully it'll come in handy when we get to the school. Alright, Rocco's just gonna get impaled by this tire now. In one swing. Now we're fighting the homeboys. Oof. You just threw me out there. I remember playing this at my buddy's house and we just like... We didn't know it was here, we accidentally just found it here. Oops. So if you're ever looking for Merlin's, he's right in here. Merlin's store has all the pretty cool weapons. Well, not weapons, anyways. There's no weapons. But I had all the techniques and everything else you needed to do. To learn how to do to get your guy powered up. There it is. There's Merlin's mystery shop. You can buy Excalibur, you can buy Zeus's wand and everything else, and you can buy the Isis scroll, which I'm not sure that should be in this game, but that's okay. There's a gold medal too. That stuff would boost your stamina, your strength, everything else is just something you wear. Kick that guy with a blue. Yeah, but every time... Oh, there's Turk. What's up, dude? It's party time. No, Turk, you're going down in 4 seconds here. You know that, right? The rumor is true. You're one tough dude. No, just kidding. Here, Turk's down. guys are done. Back to generic dudes back in the content. They're back in the... These guys get around a lot. Alright, so now we're in the Flatiron Mall. There's the bookstore. This is the Roman cow. The lasagna was always good to eat too. Oh well, we can eat a couple trays of lasagna. So we get maxed out again. Alright, we're all good. There's Amy's Sweet Tooth. You buy some other stuff. But it really wasn't giving you that much help, of course, when you go to the steak shop and buy some steaks. And Happy Feet shoes, which... It's all good because you can buy sandals here too. Lamb leg would usually help you out too, but since we're full on health, we don't have to go through there today. Is this the drugstore? Or is this one closed? That one's closed. Okay. There's the Toys Galore. I never understood why the toy store was here too, but I guess it does some stuff too. It's been a while. So like I said, it's been a long time since we played this. This game's almost 30 years old now, so. I remember picking this up from the local rental store one weekend when we couldn't find something else to play, so they said, why don't you try this one? Just loved it. The only thing I didn't like is you can accidentally beat your buddy up too. Alright. So now we're at the factory. I'm making our way into the factory in a couple minutes after we take out all these big bugs. Oh, poor Erwin. Barfing all over the place. Into the factory we go. Oof. Oh, we're gonna have to use a medicine. We're gonna have to use some medicine here. We got knocked out. Oh yeah, you can see he's already got everything pretty much larked out here, so we'll use the Omni Elixir. Punch is maxed out. Willpower is maxed out. Stamina's up 80%. Max power is maxed out. We'll collect some coins for their trouble. And we'll fight these guys up top here so we don't fall off the cliff. And some of these guys have these crazy blocks you just can't block. You can't stop blocking. Wang just got knocked out pretty handily, and then you gotta be careful you don't get thrown through the back wall here. And welcome to downtown. And the good old Oak Hill Mill. Don't need any books, so we'll come out of the back store. Another bookstore. The Javelin Man would have been interesting. This makes you jump higher. And Hack's Chicken Shack. I remember this. Vixens. My favorite part of the whole game, of course, was always the smile. It's always for free. And then she just gives you a nice little then she's all done. One more time. Alright, we got this. We got out of there and we got nothing. We're gonna pop into the drugstore again, because this is the last drugstore before we get to the end of this stuff, so we're gonna grab the Karma Jolt again. Nope, that's all we need. We got 2 Karma Jolts, so that should probably get us through here. And of course, you gotta stop into the health club, because it's here. Pop's Health Club. And spend $3.50 for our sauna, which I'm not sure why they have to show this, but they do, so they did. We always thought it was kind of funny. That was nice and relaxed, and he's all back to full health. Now we're dealing with the international game, and Yummy the... We're probably going to want to pick up one of these garbage cans, because we're probably going to be using that all the rest of the way through. I need to go through the garbage can the wrong way. I mean, Lars, is this fun yet? Akbar did not think it was fun. Neither did Juan. Poor Juan's barfing his brains out here. And so is Hans. And now we're at the front door of River City High School here. Waldo and Edwin didn't put up a big enough fight. Where's the rest of them? Well, we must have missed somebody as far as the boss fight goes, because high school guys are not coming out to fight yet. Guess we didn't ice Thor or somebody. Probably in the back room of the factory, I think. So it means we'll have to go back this way and deal with these guys. After all, whoops. Have to come back from the sauna afterwards. The squids are still sitting there waiting to produce something. Yeah, because I don't think we took Thor out. I don't think we iced Thor from in the back room here. Oh, somebody's throwing things from across the room. Yep, the thugs keep coming back. And he's gonna fall to his death anyways. Oh, he fell off. Sorry, Felix. Sorry about your luck, Felix. Shouldn't there used to be somebody back here? Where's my other guy here? Oops! That was not good. We did it again. Well, we got our health back up anyways, but we lost more cash. Go past the steakhouse and run back through the town. Yeah, I must have missed somebody. I think I missed Thor. Somewhere over here. We missed a boss. Or a sub-boss, anyways. I must have whipped myself in the back of the head with that. Yeah, we must have missed somebody down here. I'm pretty sure there's a boss at the end of this factory we're supposed to fight, and we just didn't fight anybody. Erwin and Howie didn't like that too much. Yeah, now we're fighting the internationals back here. Whoa, don't fall off it again. All these guys getting the cheap punches in now. How about this? Yummy's throwing me against the wall. How about this? And again. How about we don't? Get the karma jolt. Alright, max power is maxed out. Oof. Akbar's getting mad at it, but Lars is getting mad at it too. These guys don't have any sense of humor. I don't know. Maybe we missed these guys somehow. Alright, we'll stop into the restaurant and get stocked up again, though. Get stocked back up and keep eating the combination platter. Gonna eat it right there in a big old one gulp. One more time just to make sure. We'll eat one more and we'll go from there. Looks like we missed somebody. Need the karma jolt for later. Oh, we have too much to carry. Okay. What are we carrying here? Do I got a combination plate? Yeah, I got a combination plate sitting there. I will get the Karma Jolt one more time. Because we'll probably need at least one when we fight the big guys in the high school. Nothing. Bye. These guys can't take jokes. So make sure we got rid of them all. Looks like we did. Nobody's coming up to visit us here. Oh, the school's still locked down here. Who did we miss and where did we miss them? Missed a boss somewhere. I would have thought for sure it'd been in the factory here, but I guess we didn't miss this guy. Well, the internationals are back in here in full effect here. These guys can stay there. There should be an end boss over here because you can't jump back across. Unless you die there, you can't jump back across. And once you go past the one spot in the factory, you can't go back up back at the other side because you can't jump back up. I don't think you can. Which means somebody's gotta be down here. Huh. Well, Boris wasn't much of a fight. He just kind of got tripped up and... I guess we could try to go back that way and see what happens, or fall off the edge and see where we missed somebody. We missed somebody somewhere. Yeah, you can't get back across there. I can't jump high enough. So unless you jump down the cliff there, you can't go anywhere else. Did I miss somebody on the other side of the bridge here? Like, I thought I had the ice store before we... There it is, Mojo. There he is. There we go. We're missing this guy. We missed that guy. Alright, we'll run to the factory now. We'll just go make quick work of these guys. Oops. Since we don't really have to fight these guys. We'll just leave those guys to their own devices down there. And again, because of the screen limitations and character limitations, there's only... Yeah, there he is. There's Thor. Oh, there was Thor. Alright, now we're through downtown. Do a last little stop at the sauna, get fully healed up and maxed out here, and then we'll go take on the high school. Man, we lost a lot of money. Died 3 times. It was very uptight and the sauna was so relaxing. Power's up 15, stamina's up 17, max power is maxed out. Thanks and come back again and see us again. I wonder if it just got lost in the translation when this game came out. There's some, like, grammatical errors and there's some other stuff in here that just doesn't make sense. Like, they took too many levels out or something. It just didn't make sense after that, too, because now these guys are going to be waiting for us down here. We got to take out the whole gang in front of the door here. Force the boss out. There's Ivan. Oh, Ivan. You guy's a freak. Whoa, he took us out pretty badly. What did he hit us with? A tire. You know, now the door's open to the high school, we can actually walk through. We'll pop the Karma Jolt. Alright, so now we're in the school, now we gotta deal with these guys again. And the guy ran himself into the wall, so that's never good. No dirty shoes on the gym floor. What are you, the janitor? Well, I guess everybody's gonna make an income, so I guess he's the janitor. Twins are up the stairs. Yes, of course they are. Alright, so let's see if I can remember how to get this up this the first time without going. Oh, this silly things again. Unless you stand in the right spot, you won't jump on top of this thing. I don't think you can jump from the basketball net here, can you? No, you can't. You gotta go up to the top of it or want to come across. There we go. Oh, and I just fell off it. Did the crazy kickflip off the top. And since you don't even have to fight these guys, we'll just go to the top floors. Okay, cue the Double Dragon song, because you know what's going to happen now. We're about to get our butts kicked. Once again, by Alex and Ryan. Or Randy and Andy. But I'm not going to let these guys even get close to me this time. Giving them a beatdown with a lifetime with a stick. And up to the roof we go to face who's supposed to be Slick, but it's not Slick. It's now Simon. So that's why I'm so confused by the end of this game. Wait, Simon says give me a break. Well, you got Broca, right? I think you're such hot stuff. You haven't seen the last of me, Shin. And who's Shin? I'll be back and I won't forget this. Alright, that's the game, folks. We beat another one. Yeah, we might have taken the easy way out here, but that was the end of Simon. So what is this Simon? In the game, in the beginning of the ultra, it says Slick. Cindy was rescued just in time to finish her shopping. A typical 80s/90s show. And all was once again peaceful in River City. Thanks again for watching, as always, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, guys and gals, remember, kindness starts with you, so let's practice it often. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.